Hi guys, doing welcome again to another special segment of Gospel Life News. This is where we bring you guys updates concerning music, and that is across the country. I want to say a big thank you to our fans out there for doing what you guys do. It's amazing what we appreciate you guys. Of course, in consistency, you guys are the real MVP, and I want to say massive thank you to you guys. At the time, what all implore you guys to please put on your notification button so you'll be the first person to know whenever we make a new video. And while that is buzzing, you can also stream us live on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Please come through. We are waiting for you in this space. Yesterday, witnessed Nigerian Super Eagles picking up a win over Guinea-Bissau, and that's an amazing one. And host nation Ivory Coast was sent back. Maybe not back to Japan because they're in the country, but then they were sent packing of the tournament. Good one that Nigeria has qualified for the next round, and let us see what we will do in the next round. While the next round that is on, let us go back to Afrobeat and the guys that makes the beats. My name is Jackie. Let's begin with Burna Boy. We saw Burna Boy also has joined WIZKID and Rema for the nomination for the 2024 iHeart Music Award, and he was nominated for the Best African Music Artist. And I think for this category, right, we have like big weeks on this one. WIZKID is here, Rema is here, and the tussle to who is going to win this one is on. We all know Rema had an amazing last year, but at the same time, Burna Boy came through towards the end of the year and had an amazing one too. WIZKID drop an EP towards the close of the year, and obviously that EP is still doing good numbers. So the race is on. It's a three-horse race, and then we can't wait to see who is going to win this one. Now, regardless of who's winning it, provided it's a Nigerian artist, we all are so happy about whoever is going to win that one back to the country. Moving on, we saw Burna Boy, I told them, spent his 20th week on the Billboard album chart at number 10. That was a big one for Burna Boy, spending his 20th week on the Billboard World Album chart, and it sits at number 10. And that is in the US. Trust me, we've always said how Afrobeat is quite having a difficult time to penetrate the US, but then Burna Boy, Whiskey, Davido, and Rema are seamlessly making it look so possible with every passing day. Yesterday, we saw Davido doing massive numbers on the US. Today, Burna Boy is doing good numbers. So with every passing day, they are making that order very easy to cross. Moving on, we saw Burna Boy Love Damini re-enters the Billboard World Album chart at number 15. It took a two and has spent over 60 weeks on the charts. Moving on, we saw Burna Boy just coming in towards the end of yesterday, surpassing 4.6 million subscribers on YouTube, and he remains the Nigerian artist with the most subscribers on the platform. And that's a very big one. At the point, Davido used to actually lead the pack on this one, but then we've seen tweets of events come on, and Burna Boy is actually taking the lead with about 4.6 million subscribers, and they were sure in coming days, it's chased down to 5 million is currently on, and it's funny how Burna Boy is he has the most subscribers, but then Rema has like the most views. Right? It's quite surprising. But obviously, that is what it means when a particular piece of life is growing. And Afrobeat is growing, so the numbers are spreading across everyone in the business. Victoria is having good numbers, Oki is having good numbers, Rema is having numbers, CK is having numbers, Omali is having numbers. It's spreading across. Even to the female folks, as I stand 10, they all have the numbers. And that's a very big one. It shows that Afrobeat is going in the right direction. I'm still on Burna Boy. We saw Burna Boy once again have surpassed 19 million monthly listeners on Spotify. And for this one, Rema leads the pack with about 30 million plus. But there was Burna Boy coming second with about 19 million monthly listeners on Spotify. All the way in Netherlands, we're seeing Burna Boy also do numbers with Love Damini currently charting at number 87, having spent about 77 weeks on the chart, while I told them is currently at number 88, having spent about 19 weeks on the chart. Funny how folks in Netherlands really still love Damini projects because their streaming progress is showing in the numbers backing this album up. We saw Odogu and Fino currently were locked in the studio, and after they had the Dry remix song that is currently taking us on the wave, we saw that song doing massive numbers, chatting here, chatting there, chatting everywhere possible on all DSPs, and then it's looking like that one is prompting them again to say, you know what, bro, let's go back to the studio and make something magical again. Because we saw them Burna Boy and Fino were locked up in the studio, this time creating something. Big question is, are we going to ever say this one? Because for these big artists, we know they have a lot from the archive that they never release. Will this one be a part of that, or will this one be another song to take us on a long ride? Just coming in, we saw Ashake and Burna Boy with Sumba Remix have just surpassed 50 million streams on Spotify. And we saw 21 Savage, Burna Boy, and Metro Boomin. Now, I think for now, we are back to the Billboard wave. At the point, Rema was the king of that space, and then we saw where the decline happened and he never got back there. Burna Boy has been trying with one or two songs, going back, going forth, going back, going forth. But now Burna Boy is looking like he has cemented a place on the Billboard Hot 100 because on this week Tuesday, Burna Boy currently sits made a debut on the Hot 100 at 67. That's a massive number. Very for an entrance, 67 is a very good number. And we saw him making the entrance 67 on the Billboard Hot 100 in the US with 21 Savage song Just Like Me, where he featured Burna Boy and Metro Boomin. And with that one, we saw Burna Boy now officially become the male artist with the most entries on the Billboard Hot 100, surpassing WIZKID. WIZKID is now 4, but now Burna Boy has surpassed that 4 with 5. We saw Burna Boy ties Thames as the African artist with the most entries in the Billboard Hot 100 history with 5 songs each. Now, it's going to be a very big toss-up because who's going to make it in 6? Will Thames come back with a banger? Will Burna Boy come out with a banger? Somebody has to make it 6. Who would that person be? Trust me, the rest to see on WIZKID is also left out. WIZKID has about 2 songs to make sure it gets to 6. Who is going to be the first person to get to 6 is the conversation of the day. We saw Burna Boy for the year 2024. This is January. This is like about 28 days or something. 20 days in January. Burna Boy have gained over 100 million streams on Spotify so far, and is the only African artist in 2024 to have reached this milestone. This should end the debate on who is the GOAT in Africa. Like, there's no point out this conversation again. Having 100 million streams in about 20 something days just shows that you have to go basically. That's about 2 million plus per day or thereabout. I think they have done it like massively, consistently, and it's a very big one to him. We say, Burna Boy, congrats for that one. You've done it over and over and over. Like, Burna Boy has proved himself that at this point there's nothing else to do. Having 100 million streams in 2024, trust me, again feat, and then we say congrats to him for achieving that major milestone, even without a new project. Moving on, we saw the Grammy team came out to pour accolades on Burna Boy over the performance he is set to do on the 4th day of February, and then they had this to say about Burna Boy. They said Femi Kuti, King Sunny Ade, Babatunde Olatunji, and his rival WIZKID had all received the Grammy nod before Burna Boy became the first Nigerian male artist to grab a golden gramophone for an original work. The Afrobeat megastar earned the prize for the best world music album in 2021 for his album Choice as Tall. At the 66th Grammy Awards, Burna Boy has gathered 4 nominations, a career record. The City Boys is nominated for his first ever Best African Music Performance category. His record, I Told Them, earned a slot in Best Global Music Album, and 2 other songs from the album also got nominations. Best Global Music Performance for Alone and Best Melodic Rap Performance for 21 Savage collaboration with the song Sitting on Top of the World. Now, this word that the Grammy team have to say regarding Burna Boy. That's a very big one. It just shows that. Now, compare Burna Boy with the likes of Sunny Ade, Fela, and these big guys. He cemented Burna Boy's claim when he said, I told you all, and the album became I Told You. Indeed, Burna Boy has told us, and at this point, it's clear that he is the GOAT in Afrobeat space. Moving on, we have Davido as the next guy on the news. We saw Chris Brown's Sensational, which is a new pick on the Rhythmic Airplay Billboard chart at number 16, having spent about 7 weeks on the chart. At the same time, Unavailable also, which is a new pick on the Rhythmic Airplay Billboard chart, and it sits at 25, having spent about 10 weeks on that chart. At the same time, we saw Sensational re-enters the UK Amazon best-selling song, and it sits at number 98. While So Far So Good, Davido has been having a major comeback to DSPs, and as it's where he has just surpassed 1.33 billion streams on Spotify, and then he has also done 2.6 billion streams on YouTube as a lead artist. But Davido is more like a slow and steady race, but then consistency is the key for him. He's doing it over and over again, jumping on people's songs, doing like a couple of jam remixes here and there, and his numbers are growing every blessed day. Just coming in, we saw Davido and Musaki's unavailable all versions simultaneously chart inside the top 50 on the US iTunes top song charts. At the same time, we saw Davido unavailable Musaki's have just surpassed 120 million streams on Spotify, and that's a very big one. The song came out at the point, broke the round mark for Davido first 100 million stream, and as of today, it has done 120 million streams. Moving on, we saw Davido and Musaki's simultaneously occupies the entire top 10 on the Amazon Music Bestsellers US with a version of unavailable. That's different version occupying the current top 10 on the Amazon US bestsellers in the US. We saw Davido Timeless album have just done 340 million plays on Boomplay. That's a big one for Davido. We saw yesterday on YouTube, has done about 220 on YouTube. On Spotify, it has done about close to 300 million, and then on Boomplay, it is currently doing about 340 million as we speak. Just coming in, we saw Davido is now the first and only African artist to hit #1 on the US Amazon best-selling albums and song. Like I said earlier, in the US, these guys are making it possible every day by day. Burna Boy is doing it, Davido is doing it, Thames is doing it, and then WIZKID also is not left out. Moving on, we have Rema as the next guy on the news. We saw Rema and Jason Derulo. At the point, Jason used to be that guy that if you have him on your song, you're like one of the biggest guy in the world, just one of the hottest artists at the time when he came out. And then also on his forthcoming album, he has announced that Rema is going to be on the project with New King, and we're waiting to see what Rema and Jason will do together on a song. It's going to be a big one, and we all know Jason has good numbers to back up his work. But then Rema also is not small in this life. So basically, let us see what these guys will do together on the song. At the same time, we saw Rema come down off the Rema Roses album. I've both spent Rema come down the single, and then the Rema Roses album. I've both spent 94 and 93 weeks respectively on the France official charts. That's a big one. The song has done 94 weeks, and while the album has done 93 weeks respectively on the France charts. We saw Rema and his friends Korean were sitting at the club where they were all dishing out money to fans in the club. Now, this is the thing about this big guy in the club. You have to spend money. And that's why Portable said yesterday, for me to come to Aja from Frankwater, you have to give me 1 million naira because I will spend money on my way to Aja. And then we saw both of them doing that one effortlessly, throwing money in the club in 500 naira notes, big amount of money. And then we saw their fans really happy to pay the money, not just the money, but then they were happy that they saw their fee parting with them. Moving on, we have Naira Marley on the news. This guy is looking like he really doesn't care about Nigerians' feelings at the time because he's back catching his cruise, and obviously people are beginning to catch it with him. We saw where he came out on the story to post this one that he did on his YouTube page where he said, following a turbulent 2023, Naira Marley enters 2024 with a strong message. Naira Marley is no stranger to scandal. However, after being falsely accused of wrongdoing in a former colleague and friend passing, the Malian president became public enemy #1, facing a career boycott and tackling a never-seen-before social media frenzy. After being released and cleared of any involvement, Naira Marley is back and expresses his side of the story in the language he knows best. By the way, rest in peace to Mohbad. Back to posting, Naira Marley came out on his Instagram story to say, "Good morning, stalkers and haters. I am feeling great today. Thanks for checking." So basically, Baba is back to giving us gas both on his story. And then also where he came out to say, WIZKID is the richest person I know. And at this point, we were like, no, that's not true because we know you know Davido, you know WIZKID. So why are you saying Zino is the richest person you know? Does that mean Zino is richer than Davido, WIZKID, and Burna Boy? Just saying. And then we saw where he came out to say, not trying to make others feel small, just trying to tell you what to bill him when you see him. Finally on the news, we have Two-Face coming out to give us snippet of what his next single look like, and then he dropped the entire lyrics of the song. He came out to say, now here you want to discuss, now here you want to tell me about one party where we did for 1980. Something shall you involve, fine lady did the ball. Waiting make you think, say I go remember something. I came to have fun, I came to chill. I can't believe you're trying to chat me up now, for real. Use your weather and understand the deal that I can't hear a word you're saying. With all the music pumping, you say waiting. So Baba is coming back again and bigger and stronger for the year 2024. My name is Daki. We'll catch you guys in the very next one.